All right, perfect.
OG, tell me who you are and what you do.
So I'm a producer and a rapper. I started around in 2016, but like my main thing is I'm known as a producer. I got music everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, and I got a YouTube too. So I upload my beats on there. When I was little, my dad would play a lot of Michael Jackson, a lot of 80s like heavy percussion based. Even
Hmm.
like I'm my heritage, I'm Bangladeshi, right? And a lot
Yeah.
of Bangladeshi songs is really like percussion based. So I think that's where I kind of get my percussion and my drums from.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean overall, yeah, I was always in music class. I was always doing something music wise.
When you listen to hip hop, it's all about the artist, but I feel like there are so many iconic producers that are shaping the sound.
Yeah.
When you think of Tay Keith, for example, and the wave he had going, DJ Mustard back in 2015 was running shit, right?
Okay.
So I guess my first question with regards to the industry is, what is one misconception you might have had about producing that you know now?
I feel like a lot of producers they say there's these rules you gotta follow, like
Hmm.
putting in one hi hat or not being able to pitch up or down your kicks, stuff like that. Like I don't believe there's any rules in producing. I believe
Hmm.
it's just yo, as long as your shit sounds good, you're good.
I
Like
like that.
that's why like recently I started implementing more hi hats into my beats, not just one. But the rule is apparently you can only have one. So stuff like that. It's just I don't believe in any rules. You just gotta make it sound good.
I like that. And I think that's how you kind of come up with the new sound, right? Because if everyone's
Yeah.
following the same rules, it's gonna sound the same. But if you do something different, like having two hi hats in your beats, that's one of the elements that I think will
Yeah.
separate you for sure. Um, I've seen you working with local acts, like Jat, for example.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the boy. Would you say that that's one of the best ways to get your name out there as a local producer?
100%. Networking, I feel like, is a really big part of like just getting, just making better music, getting your music out there. The marketing side and the networking side. Just talking to
Mhm.
people. Getting your
Yeah, so
beats
it's
out
kind of
there.
that balance, right? Like even
That
if,
balance.
yeah, yeah. So would you like, do you go to networking events as well, or is a lot of it done online? I mean, of course, with
Well,
COVID.
with COVID,
Um,
yeah. I mean, right now, yeah, most of it I've actually done is online. Like even Jazz, I met him online. I just shot him a DM on Instagram.
yeah.
So yeah, most of my things all done online. But I do have plans in the future to go to like networking events.
Next rapid fire for you.
All right.
What is the biggest challenge you face as a producer in growing your audience?
From my audience, um, I think just in general, like just getting people to actually give my music a chance, because like I feel like a lot of times you can like run ad campaigns or whatever on Instagram, people will just scroll right past them. They won't
Oh,
like see your
trust
music.
me, I know that, man. I've been there, done
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's why I think what helped me was actually reaching out to the artists, like personally going to them, being like, yo, your music's dope. This is my favorite track from you. I make some music too. I make beats too. Why don't you check my stuff out? Stuff
I
like that,
respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that what stood out to me is you taking the time to listen to the music and say, hey, I like this song, because you get so many generic DMs sometimes, like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
it is hot, like you
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
and I'm like, nah. But taking the time to really listen to the artist's music, you'd say that's a important part of reaching out.
That's a really important part, yeah. Because I mean, you got to know your audience too, right? Without
Mm.
them, you're nothing, bro. That's like those are the people that are, giving you food on the table. Those are the people that are getting you paid from this music stuff. So you got to
Big
really know your
facts.
audience. Yeah, you got to do it for your audience. You got to do it for your fans.
How much time do you spend on melodies and composition compared to the mixing of your beats? Because I feel like a lot of people focus on the melodies, but I think there's a lot to be said about the mixing aspect as well.
Yeah, no, mixing is definitely way more than melodies. Because melodies, I'll be honest, it's not super hard. Like if you know
Mhm.
your chord progressions, you just kind of lay it out. But mixing is like that's a whole another monster by itself. I mean, you got to be like I remember I could spend literally hours mixing a single beat, and it still won't sound good. Like I'll have like a bunch of mixes, and I still won't be satisfied with it. So
Yeah,
yeah, mixing is definitely.
cool. And what do you use for mixing?
I use Logic and FL.
You have artists like, I wish there was a better artist that came to mind, but Kodak Black comes to mind with regards to the quantity, or Gucci Mane with the quantity of music that he puts out, and then you
Yeah,
have artists that don't drop for a year, and but put out an amazing project. So how do you as a producer balance the quality versus quantity aspect of your workflow? Do you find yourself producing a lot in one session, or maybe spending more time on one beat? what does it look like for you?
Well, my general rule is like, if I'm not feeling a beat for more than 3 days, then it's out. I'm not gonna spend more time on it. I don't want to waste my time on it. And the main thing really is just staying consistent. Like every day I'll make at least like 1 or 2 beats. Staying consistent with my process, and then eventually, you know, one of those beats will probably lead to a single. I mean, that's happened countless times. With a lot of my singles, it was just random beats that I've made. And then later on, like, hold up. Let me try to, you know, rap on this. Let me get someone on this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Say word. What is one golden key if Oajeeh had to give a piece of advice to a new producer? What would be your number one piece of advice?
Number one piece of advice. Yo, just be consistent with it. You know, like your first beat is gonna be bad. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
But my first song, bro. If you heard that song, oh man, credibility is gone. It's done, bro. But continue.
But yeah, it's like you gotta get past that bad to get to the good. You know. So the main thing, because I see it a lot, you know, producers, I've even some of my friends, they started producing, but then they quit because they're like, oh, my beats aren't that good, they're not hitting. Like, be consistent and stop comparing yourself with like bigger producers, you know? Just be you, literally. Be consistent and just be you. Stay disciplined.